Hello, and welcome to the last semi-final of the fourth edition. We already have three finalists. We have Sahil Shah, we have Ashish Shakya, and we have Karunesh Talwar, who have already reached the semi-final. The final, and one from the next four semi-finalists will make it to the finale as well. Okay. On that note, let me invite all the four semi-finalists. Our first semi-finalist for the last semi-final is making his debut in Quizzing the Comedians. In the last semi-final, we did watch a debutant making it to the final. Uh, he's here, and I'm very, very excited to call him here. Give it up for Abish Matthew. Wow,
Yay!
nice. That's one of my favorite photos for many reasons. Thank you, Abish. Thank you.
Hey!
Thank you. Okay, Abish is here, back with us. Next is someone who's been here quite a few times, has been a finalist earlier. Give it up for Kanan Gill, buddy Kuji. Hello, welcome Kanan. Black, nice. Oh, are you like? Okay. On that note, calling another person who's been in the finals quite a few times earlier. Give it up for Rohan Joshi. What? Ah, okay. On that note, someone who like made it through the only tiebreaker that we had in the quarterfinals earlier. Heartbreak for Srija Chaturvedi, but he made it and like scraped his way through what was otherwise an Ashish Shakya show in that quarterfinal. Give it up for Saurav Mehta, constantly a figure in semi-final, regardless
Woo!
of
Woo!
made it to every semi-final ever.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow,
Thank you.
nice
Nice.
black team.
Yeah, yeah.
Really
Semi-final of the
appreciate you guys.
bouncers. Semi-final of the bouncers has started.
Ah,
No
okay.
stags allowed. No stags allowed at this semi-final.
The problem is none of us looks like a bouncer. You know what
What you
No,
talking about? Look at
And
this.
we look like we've been evicted by bouncers, but
Yeah.
we're not bouncers.
I'm more of a leg
Too.
spin myself.
Oh,
Actually, if you want to be a bouncer, you gotta.
Thank you. It's a
hold it up
sports
2
joke. Once in 3 years, I make a sports joke. All of us are wearing black. What is this? The New Zealand cricket team? Two. Oh, take two. Take two
Oh
jokes.
shit!
Two sports jokes.
Oh shit!
wow. Okay. All the best to Abish, Kanan, Rohan, and Saurav. Let's begin the last semi-final. The order is Abish, Kanan, Rohan, Saurav. After question number 12, the order will be Saurav, Rohan, Kanan, Abish. This for Abish. This is one of those deducible kind of a question. Gangkhar Puensum is the highest mountain in Bhutan with an elevation of around 7,570 meters, which is roughly around 25,000 feet. It lies on the border with Tibet. Its name means white peak of the three spiritual borders. Now we come to the question. What unique status and record does this peak hold? Thanks to something that Bhutan did in 1994. And why Bhutan did it was the rationale was that local customs that consider this and similar peaks to be the sacred homes of protective deities and spirits, and also because of lack of high altitude rescue resources. Because of these two reasons, Bhutan did something in 1994, and because of what Bhutan did in 1994, this particular mountain holds a record or a status. What do you think we are talking about?
Bhutan did in 1994, rationale for which is based on local customs that consider, in this sense, to be sacred homes for protective deities and spirits, and the lack of high altitude rescue. It's going to be a wrong answer, but I'll be more than happy to go for the fun answer award in this.
Yeah.
They released exclusive blurry photo of the Himalayan Yeti. Thank you very much. So that's a pass. Next.
Okay. Going to Kanan.
Are you not allowed to climb it? Is it banned for climbing?
It is banned for climbing, and hence, what record do you think this mountain peak holds?
Most banned for climbing mountain award, according to Limca Book of World Records. There are some things.
You're on good track. In fact, that is what Bhutan did in 1994, or something on that track, which means that this mountain peak has a world record in something. What do you think that could be?
It is an unclimbed and unclimbable mountain.
Yes. And in terms of record, just add something to what you just said. It is dash unclimbed mountain in the world.
The only unclimbed and unclimbable mountain in the world.
Almost there. You're almost there. I'm just looking for what record can a mountain hold if given all the facts and it's unclimbable, or sorry, unclimbed is a very good track. You're almost there.
Okay, it's a record. The mountain is unclimbed. And in 94, they said, we're banning this. You can't climb it now. It is the mountain most people want to climb, but they can't.
Okay. I'll give you part. Rohan?
Sorry. Yeah.
It's the last unclimbed mountain, basically.
What do you mean last unclimbed mountain?
It's the only unclimbed mountain in the world.
No, it's not the only unclimbed mountain. Going to Saurav?
Okay, like
Rohan, I used all those words.
I know, but I have nothing to offer. I have nothing to offer, but I have to say something.
I gave like 10 different answers in my answer, hoping for the best.
I don't know. I don't know what to add. Okay, I'll just try something. My
Yeah.
original answer was going to be this is the tallest potential suicide point, but it's not that, of course. But I don't know what to add.
Say only.
Yeah, only, but Kanan did try only.
Yeah, you have to license the word only from me.
Okay.
To answer this quiz. Yeah.
I don't know, pass.
Okay. So I will close this. I will give 8 to Kanan because he almost was there, but I can't give you 10 and no one added it. I was just waiting if someone adds something like either Rohan or Saurav so that I can give bulk points there and maybe a few to Kanan. So look at a mountain which is highest mountain in Bhutan and unclimbed mountain, and which means it is the highest unclimbed mountain in the world. That was
Okay.
Oh, it seems so obvious now.
Okay.
Saurav said it's the tallest, and then he says suicide point. I'm like, you in your
Oh my God.
okay. So basically, what Bhutan did was it banned climbing of peaks more than 6,000 meters like height,
Oh my God.
and hence this mountain became the highest unclimbed mountain in the world. Not the only unclimbed, but the highest. Okay. 8 points to Kanan there.
Great start.
Wow,
Great
the
start.
only highest unclimbed. When you really think about it.
Okay. 8 to Kanan, and I close this, which means the next direct will be Rohan's. Rohan, in 1989, this company had come to a $3 billion agreement with the Soviet Union and bartered its product to the country for 17 old submarines and 3 warships, including a frigate, a cruiser, and a destroyer, which the company sold for scrap. It also bought new Soviet oil tankers and leased them out or sold them. This trade, for some point, had made the company the 6th largest military power for a while. The company CEO once famously said to George H.W. Bush, like George Bush Sr.'s NSA, he said, "We are disarming the Soviet Union faster than you are." Okay, what is this company about whose product the New York Times had once famously said the first capitalistic product available in the USSR?
So I feel like I know this. I could be. Is this Pepsi?
It is Pepsi.
This was
Oh,
Pepsi.
wow.
Yeah. This is a freaking wild story.
It's a wild story that Pepsi was one of what
Yeah. Pepsi, freaking Pepsi, dude.
10 points there for Rohan. It is
I'm
Pepsi.
glad Rohan got it because if it came to us, we would have been like,
Geo.
Only capitalist product.
Only.
Only.
Jack and Jones was at one point.
That's true. That's
The
true.
6th
On
largest
linking road.
military. Yes, exactly.
Okay. Last answer was by Rohan, which is Pepsi. We move to Saurav now.
Go, Saurav.
So, Saurav, the Youth Protection Revision Act, commonly known as the Shutdown Law, is an act of the South Korean National Assembly which forbids children under the age of 16 to play online video games between the hours of 0000 and 0600. Okay. The legislature passed the law sometime in May 2011 and it went into effect sometime in November 2011. The shutdown law targets online games but does not affect console games and mobile games. However, due to its difficulty in performance of the law in some cases, they decided to entirely ban all games of some companies such as Xbox or PSN. Now comes the question. This law has been called the X law after a famous literary character. Okay. So now look at the clues and think what literary character would they have used to refer to this law? The dash law. The dash is a literary character.
Pass.
Okay. Saurabh passes. We go to Abish.
All right. So this is so the law is also being called the X law after a famous literary character. This literary character is what we're looking for, right?
Yes.
Is it? I might not get the right term, but Dracula, Dracula,
Law. No. Kanan.
Draco,
Not Dracula. Kanan.
Is it the Grinch?
The Grinch law. No. Rohan.
Is it the Sleeping Beauty law?
Not the Sleeping Beauty law. Okay, we'll start with Saurav again. The biggest hint in the question is the time. Okay, so they have to stop playing game at 12 o'clock. That's the clue.
Shit.
damn it. Okay.
Okay, got it.
Saurav?
Cinderella.
Yes, it is the Cinderella law.
Ah,
Stop having fun at 12 in the night.
Guys,
Points to
I
Saurav.
was, the options I
zero.
given were
thank you.
Dracula, Vampire, Batman, Sandman, and I did not think of Cinderella out of all of them.
Oh.
I like how Sandman made the list.
Yeah, but Cinderella did.
Okay, Saurav Mehta gets 5 points there. So I move to Abish now. Abish, this is your direct. First developed by Francis Laboratoire d'Affinage de Hydraulique in 1950. They first appeared in the city in 1958. So something appeared in some city in 1958 when the local government imported them from an Australian company. The current ones were placed by the Public Works Department between 1998 and 2004 to replace old and worn out samples. Okay, now let's look at the next set of clues. The saline environment and wave pressure caused them to interlock, which wasn't intended but actually helped them serve the purpose better. Despite complaints from some people that they ruin the view, their use has helped keep the shoreline intact. Okay. What item is being talked about here and where are they most prominently found? So just tell me the item, the city, what are we talking about, and we'll be fine. Take your time, go through the question. No hurry.
First developed France hydraulic in 1950, first they appeared in 58, 8 years after when the local government imported them from Australia.
If they developed it in France, why are they then importing it from Australia?
First developed by some lab in France, but maybe some Australian company might be.
Like right away. It's only an 8-year gap. They made it in Australia. I was like, we got it.
about Kanan. This is what Thomas Friedman writes about. The global supply chain. This is how it
So
works.
just
Haven't
like
you ever tracked a courier and
AstraZeneca
see it
and
go
it's like
from? Haven't you ever
Covaxin.
tracked a courier and see it go from Dhanbad to Hong Kong to Raipur to Bombay?
Sure. Okay. Again,
Mhm.
a guess. Are we talking about number one, the Panama Canal?
No, not the Panama Canal. Going to Kanan.
Next.
Abish, you think they imported the Panama Canal from Australia in France?
You know how it is.
You know how the Panama Canal, they didn't have enough of it in France. So they're like, who has the Panama Canal? Should we call Panama? No, let's call Australia. I have a guess. Is it wave breakers? As in, you see in Mumbai those interlocking pieces of stone that waves come and break upon.
Okay. Okay. So the city, according to you, is Mumbai.
Yeah, in Mumbai, where you see those things, those wave breakers, like are on that worldly sea face and stuff, where Amir Khan has done a famous scene in some movie. Yeah.
Okay. Any guesses on what they are called? The one thing that you're talking about.
I really thought they were called wave breakers.
Okay.
That is, if you check Wikipedia, wave breakers would be there. And that's why you'd be like, Kanan, I'm glad I gave you 10 points instead of 8 or 7 or some bullshit like that.
No, no, pass.
And there have you more prominently found. I'm just trying to see what is your best guess for everything. So name is Wavebreaker.
I would say Mumbai.
Yeah. Okay.
And my name is for it is wave breaker. And I gave you that Amir Khan thing also, which is pretty fucking great. If you ask me.
Did I give Kanan a
For
clue?
good measure.
Yeah. I mean, if not 10, this is like a 9.5. But Quizmaster is God. But sometimes, you pray to God.
Yeah.
So
I will go to Rohan for something more specific than what you just said, and we'll. Rohan.
These are the tetrapods of Marine Drive.
Tetrapods and Marine Drive were the exact thing I was looking for. These are tetrapods most famously seen at Marine Drive. But I'll have to give some points to Kanan for Mumbai, for sea, and those things. And
they're called wave breakers, man.
but like the last time, if no one had given a better answer, I would have given a lot of points for you. But Rohan has a direct the exact answer. So okay, I'll give 3 to Kanan and 7 to Rohan here. 3 to Kanan and 7 to Rohan. And then we'll go to Saurav Mehta because Rohan got more points on this. Okay, Saurav, this is your question. Their outfits, so I'm talking about someone's outfits. Okay, their outfits were the definition of outlandish. And on reflection, it not only made them stand out from the crowd, but it caught the attention of every single person in the room. The decision to wear these outfits was to appease Swedish tax authorities, who at the time had special tax discounts for items of clothing bought for work purposes that couldn't be worn for everyday life. Okay, the loophole almost certainly wasn't created to make tax exemptions, but technically they were right as nobody was wearing that outfit down the shop. Essentially, tell me what are we talking about? If you look at the question, so basically in Sweden, tax authorities had a rule that they will give you discount for such items of clothing that you wear for work. That you don't normally people don't wear those clothes for everyday life. So to take an advantage of that loophole and to save taxes, basically, okay, so I'm talking about a group more than one person. They started wearing something to work. Okay. In some sense, so they saw the loophole in the rule, and they started wearing outlandish clothes. And since they were wearing it for work, they got the tax discount. So, what are we talking about? Who are we talking about?
So, can I ask, dare basically represents a profession, you're supposed to name those?
No, we're looking at something very specific.
Okay.
The answer is very specific.
That's the problem with quiz I've found in general.
That's true.
It's a problem.
Yeah, that's the biggest.
Try your best. You say wave breaker and still
tallest,
get
highest.
fucked.
I mean, come on, dude.
Come on, guys. What about spirit? दिल से खेलते हैं लोग.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry.
Is it some? Okay, just a wild guess. Is it some band, like a music band, or?
Yeah, it's more specific.
Or you need the group's name.
Yeah.
ABBA.
Yeah, perfect. 10 points. We're talking about ABBA and their outlandish clothes.
Fantastic.
10 points to Saurav. We were talking about ABBA.
That's amazing. I had no idea.
Yeah,
Sweden.
ABBA, they admitted that we only wore those ridiculous outfits to avoid tax.
Nice.
That's amazing.
Yeah, Saurav
Sweden.
gets
Wow.
10 points there. And we go to Abish for the next direct.
Wow, the photo caption is beyond to be wise.
Uh, Beyond the wide. Okay, next direct is to Abish. Long before the Spanish conquistadors arrived in this country, the land was ruled by various Mayan kingdoms. Evidence of these civilizations are still there to be seen at more than 5,000 archaeological sites. Okay, the flag of the country is on the right. Okay, just to help you guys. The quetzal or the currency of the country is named after the quetzal bird in order to commemorate the ancient Mayans' use of bird's feather as currency. Modern banknotes also prominently feature pictures of these long-tailed birds. In 1925, the currency officially replaced the peso. Okay, which Central American country is this whose indigenous name translates into land of many trees?
Argentina.
No, not Argentina. Kanan?
Just give me 1 second, please.
Yeah.
So is it Paraguay?
Not Paraguay. Rohan?
Um, is it Costa Rica?
Not Costa Rica. Going to Saurav?
Venezuela.
Not Venezuela. Okay, we'll take one more round with hint. Make it a 5-point question, starting with Abish. I'll give you 2 hints. One is the country shares its longest border with Mexico. Okay, so that's why it's very closely associated with Mexico, and that's why Mayan civilization, their even currency was peso at some point. Okay. The other hint, other common thing it has with Mexico is that the capital of this country also is just like Mexico City. Their capital is country name city. So with these 2 hints, let me know what country are we talking about.
You might as well just have said "Ooh la 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 la," and the other hint is "Ooh la 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 la." The longest border with Mexico. America has a long border with Mexico. That's not what this is.
Yeah, like basically America is on one side, which is the country on the other side.
What was the last thing, KV, you said? Sorry.
Since Abish said America shares a long border with Mexico, I said yeah, America as a upper shares a long border.
Bottom.
This as a south. Okay.
KV really helped us in this one. I must tell.
Yeah, we are like special students, except for Rohan. Okay. Chile.
Not Chile, going to Chile.
Is it Panama?
Not Panama, Rohan.
Excuse me, Kanan.
I was hoping it would be.
You think Panama?
I don't know it, man.
Is it? Wait, is Montenegro a thing? Montenegro. Is my answer Montenegro?
No, not Montenegro.
Man! Joshi! Okay.
You enjoy no? How many more countries are there left? Like, just someone end this.
Just 3 or 4 more rounds and we'll get it, guys. Let's keep
That's
going.
why I don't want it because it seems obvious. Okay.
Mehta, this is all you, man. You gotta get this.
Let's do
If you
it.
don't get it, I'll be really disappointed too.
No, I got ABBA. I am so done. I could see KV even out. Dude. I am done for like 3 editions. Okay, just 1 second. Okay, just pass. It's too.
No stress. We'll close this. If you guys would just want to throw some names just for fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Paraguay.
No.
Colombia?
Uruguay.
No.
Master Uruguay. No.
All those are south. And this is in
Peru.
Guyana.
Bangladesh.
Gaia.
Guatemala!
Oh.
This is not even in my list. It's okay.
Guatemala.
Guatemala. Okay. The capital is Guatemala City.
Oh.
So no one got that. Last direct question was Abhishek. So this will be Kanan's direct. Kanan, I'm talking about the crest of something, emblem/crest. Let's see all the hints. The Kamdhenu suggests auspiciousness. The elephant represents power and strength. The sun is a source of knowledge and vitality, which is a living force. India is the mother country. The conch within the map of India represents the voice of the people. It is also used for announcement. The lotus stands for purity and independence. The blades of grass represents multiplicity and fertility, signifying growing popularity. What are we talking about?
I
Just say Panama.
just can't imagine combining these things into a crest. It's just it's just very, very busy as a crest design. Okay, I'm not gonna bother drawing it. Okay, wait. An elephant. This is the sun. Then there's the India map. Within the India map, there's a conch. There's a lotus somewhere. And there's blades of grass, probably at the bottom. Growing popularity of what? What is growing in popularity? Okay. It's probably. I'm going to say this is the logo of a company.
Should I pass, Kanan? Do you have a
Is it the All India Radio logo?
no, not the AIR thing? Rohan,
Wild stab. Is this the Times of India crest?
not the Times of India crest. Saurav,
Okay, it's going to sound like a wild guess, but KV does this once in a while, so I'm just going to go for it. Is it the crest of that school in Mohabate?
no, 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 no.
Oh wow! I
But
wish
you
it
are
might be.
right. KV does this sometimes.
KV does this sometimes. That's right.
Does
Just,
this sometimes. You
I
are
like.
correct.
Yeah.
Before I go to my
disappointed by
answer,
lack
I
of
would like to
Mohabbat questions.
answer the question that Kanan asked. What else has a crust? Obviously, the opposite of Jackie Trough, crest and trough. Crest,
Oh, crest and top. Nice.
Jackie Trough. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, You have-
I'm just gonna take
you
a
have
very
just witnessed
confident guess. Thank you.
lowest
Thank you.
moment of the
Thank you.
semi-final of the finals award.
Listen, I don't want to be too arrogant about this. I wrote it down. I know the freaking answer. It's obviously East India Company, you freaking idiots. You dumb idiots. Oh, how could you not guess it's East India Company? Tell them, Kumar. Tell them. Just tell them.
Variation in techniques that people are using to get Start again. We'll start again with Kanan. Okay, next 5 point question. The the hint for all four of you is that Rohan's guess was really good guess. Okay, that's a hint for all four of you.
So what? So
What was Rohan?
What did
how can I guess? How can a hint be a compliment to Rohan?
Yeah.
what was his guess?
Okay, your hint for this next question is that Abish looks great today. All right, guys.
Rohan, guess is the exact track that you guys need to think of.
What did Rohan say?
What was it?
I ain't fucking saying shit again. You're mad or what?
He said Times of India crest.
Yes,
Ah,
that is what I
okay.
said.
Kanan, it's your turn whenever you're ready.
Is it the Birla's crest?
No, you missed the track.
Yeah.
Rohan,
Is it the
I
Indian
know.
Express crest?
not the Indian Express track.
Fuck it. Auntie.
You missed your own track, Rohan.
I'm out of papers, man. I'm out of newspapers.
Saurav?
Yeah, now I'm just trying to know the 2-3 papers I've read. Just one sec. Hindustan Times?
No,
not the Hindustan Times Crest. Abish, good guess.
Well, I would like to tell you guys that the most obvious answer. You guys went to school? I mean, KV, I'm not talking to you. You're smart. You guys went to school? I'm sorry. It's the Press Trust of India, you morons.
No.
Yeah, I knew it.
Okay, closing this one as well. The answer is the crest of the Hindu. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
yeah.
that's what I
get
meant.
it.
This is
That's
so
the guy.
bad.
Hindu. So I
Yeah,
thought
I don't see
Yeah.
religion.
Newspaper
So.
Him
track
only, him only, him only. Him
with
only.
4 guesses we'll get the Hindu, but okay.
Oh,
We'd get there eventually.
yeah,
oh
yeah.
my god.
And this, of course, is the explanation of the conch and the sun and the thumb.
Okay.
Oh man.
Okay, this was Kanan's direct, which means the next question will be Rohan's direct. Rohan, during the California gold rush in the 1850s, people would often do something, okay, do this to test the gold's purity, okay. Since pure gold is a soft substance, this was a good way to test if what you found was legit or not. If not, you would have likely found pyrite. Now I'm talking about another thing that happens now, which is redundant, of course, because now we have other ways to test gold's purity. What practice that is redundant nowadays? Because unlike the earlier days, the object on which this practice is performed now, or some people do it, are largely composed of silver with only 1.34% gold in them. Okay. So we're talking about something that people used to do in the 1850s to test the
Right.
gold purity.
Right.
Now, some people we've seen some people do this the same thing, although it's redundant in two ways. One is because obviously you're not doing this to test gold's purity.
Right.
Secondly, the object on which they are doing this is also mostly silver with barely 1% gold in it. What do you
Right.
think we are talking about?
Like you used to bite it.
Okay, so what do you think? Where have you seen people do this? Some people. What practice, which is happening now, which is not really gold, it's just 1% gold.
And people do this right now, which is 1% gold, and still. Oh, the medals, the Olympic medals,
Yes,
the Olympic medals, the Olympic medals, of course.
it is the athletes biting
Yes.
their is the answer I was looking
Yes.
for.
Yes. Yes.
The origin, of course, is back in the day. People used to do this to test the purity of gold, but now they're not doing it. They're doing
I'm
it.
so glad that the audience was able to watch my stupid face as I arrived slowly at the answer. So glad they got to see my internal and external. That's great.
I would, Kumar Varun, you're the god, but I would like to tell you that the real reason athletes are biting the medal is because they think there's chocolate inside it. That's why.
You went to school? You went to school?
Okay, from Rohan's biting medals, we come to Saurav now. Looking at a word origin again. Before the invention of guttering, roofs were made with wide dash overhangs so that rainwater would fall away from the house to stop the walls and foundations being damaged. This area was known as the dash. Okay, the large overhang gave good cover for those who wished to lurk in shadows and listen to others' conversation. Since the area under the dash was considered part of the householder's property, you could be fined under Anglo-Saxon law for being under them with the intention of spying. Thus, because of all this, what word was born?
I feel like I spend too much time with you guys. It's my honest feeling. Is like no one has said it's weird that I'm wearing these glasses. Like
No. I thought about
I'm really
it.
disappointed. I'm disappointed in you. More than I feel like I'm disappointed in me because if you spend too much time with someone, they were like, yeah, he does stuff like this.
Yeah, I
But
think it's
no,
yeah. It's more a function.
it's fine. It's
Sorry,
fine.
I'm sorry. I thought about
I
that.
feel like I should push myself more. Is what
No,
I should do.
you know what it is? It's that
No, you've
the
made
thing
me
is, right,
better.
No, you know what, Kanan, what it is that I was thinking of things to say, but I was just going through so many mediocre comebacks in my head that I was like,
Right.
in the sense, I was like, hey, you look like the guy from that song in DMD, but then that's such a specific reference.
But would you like some more time then?
I would
what it
actually. I might by the time the
Okay,
seminar
okay.
is over be able to come
Alright.
back with one. For the
Saurav,
next-
Well, there you go.
You want to stop them, okay? We are all basically just filling the silence.
Oh, yeah. No. I mean,
Saurav, jaldi.
basically. Okay, I'm just gonna guess like voyeurism.
Not voyeurism, Abish,
Loitering.
loitering.
Yeah.
Okay. Going to Kanan.
Wear these glasses so I can take them off when I answered for dramatic effect. That's the conceit of this, but it takes so fucking long that first I didn't get to do it for the last one. And for this,
I thought
Alright.
you were ready for biting medals, but never.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's eaves and eavesdropping.
It is ease.
Of course.
Eavesdropping.
Nice.
10 points. And it's not voyeurism or loitering. It's eavesdropping. Okay, that's where the word comes from. And next direct will come to Rohan. Rohan, these days many historians reject the notion that X terrorized Rome with his unbridled madness. So conventional thought is that he did terrorize Rome with unbridled madness. But there are some historians who think that this is not true because the stories about him are stuff like talking to the moon, ordering arbitrary execution, trying to make his horse a consul. For one thing, some people think his fellow lawmakers would likely have whisked him out of power for such conduct. But assuming the much maligned emperor was the loon his chroniclers described to be, some scholars have suggested that maybe an illness made him come unhinged, possibly temporal lobe epilepsy, hyperthyroidism, or maybe an inherited disorder, or maybe even mental instability. Another hint to about this guy is that in 1975, the film X, which is one word, okay, the film X, directed by Tinto Brass and starring Malcolm McDowell, shocked the world with its explicit portrayal of the emperor's cruel and salacious escapades. It was the first major motion picture that juxtaposed segments featuring respected mainstream actors with scenes that were essentially pornographic. To this day, the highly controversial movie remains banned in some countries. Which guy are we talking about?
This is, of course, Emperor Biggest Dickus. But more accurately,
What's so
it is,
funny?
of course,
What's so funny about Biggest Dick?
But it is, of course, more to the point. The crazy Emperor Caligula.
Caligula is correct. 10 points.
Caligula.
The mad,
Caligula, the Mad King.
the mad king of Rome, Mad King Caligula. Okay. That brings us to the end of the first half. Abish is yet to start scoring, but literally 50% of the quiz is left, so we'll see. Kanan got 8 for highest unclimbed mountain in the world. He got 3 for the Marine Drive Tetrapods Funda. He got full 10 points for eavesdropping. So Kanan is on 21 right now. Rohan got Tetrapods Marine Drive 7 points there. He also got Pepsi 10 points there, and biting medals, and again Caligula 10 points. So Rohan is on 37 right now. Okay, and then we have Saurav Mehta, who got 5 for Cinderella and 10 for ABBA. So Saurav Mehta is on 15 points.
Woo.
Okay, since we start the second half, the order will be Saurav, Rohan, Kanan, and Abish.
Alrighty.
Okay, this is Saurav Mehta's direct. XY, if I'm looking at a 2-word answer, is one of the most popular game shows from early 2000s. The show, first conceptualized in Japan, had various versions made in 30 plus countries. The theme was that the big baddie X had set up a series of obstacles to defend his Y, and an army of 100 contestants passed these obstacles in an attempt to storm the Y and win the ultimate prize of 1 million yen. So challenging, in fact, that more people have been to the moon than people who won in the final showdown of the original Japanese version. Tell me the 2-word game.
Yes, I know actually. Takeshi's Castle.
Yes.
Of course.
There. Of course, it's Takeshi's Castle. Sorry, Takeshi's Castle.
Of course, it's Takeshi's Castle.
Of course.
Of course, it's Takeshi's Castle.
Of course.
Of course, it's Takeshi's Castle.
Okay, Saurav Mehta gets 10 points. I go to Rohan now. Rohan, Botswana is a landlocked country in southern Africa with up to 70% of its territory being the Kalahari Desert. The official currency of Botswana is called Pula. The people of Botswana named it themselves to indicate something which was very precious to them. All I want from you is, what is the meaning of Pula?
All I want to say is that they don't
Water?
really care about us. Yeah. Sorry.
Is it water?
Can you improve your answer?
Rain?
Yes. Rain is the answer.
Rain.
10 points.
I thought it was Deshpande, but
Oh. Nice. I will applaud the reference 100%.
thank you.
Maharashtrian game respect.
Thank you.
10 points to Rohan for rain, and I go to Kanan now. Kanan, the 1955 Le Mans disaster was a major crash that occurred on 11 June 1955 during the 24 hours of Le Mans motor race at Circuit de la Sarthe in, of course, Le Mans, France. Large pieces of debris flew into the crowd, killing 83 spectators and the French driver Pierre Boulon, who raced under the name Pierre Lebe, and injured nearly 180 more people. It was the most catastrophic crash in motorsport history and involved cars, Jaguar, Austin, and X. It prompted X to retire from motorsport until 1987. X has a 125 plus years history of racing, starting with the first horseless carriage competition to F1. And in F1, it has the record for second highest 1-2 finishes. Who are we talking about?
This French driver Pierre Boulon is a hint to figure out X, or it's just some data.
It's not. That's not a hint.
Okay. I have a very bad joke, but Boulon died. They found Boulon cubes. Thank you. It was a very deep cut cooking joke. Deep cut like Pierre Boulon.
To resurrect him,
Really,
all you have to do is add
too
a
dark
cup of
for
hot
this.
water.
Yes, and then you will get chicken stock.
Yes.
Jaguar, Austin, and X. Found X derived from motorsport until 1987. 1987. Oh, of course, 1987. Important year. I have no fucking idea. I'm going to say Renault.
Not Renault. Abish?
Oh, it's me. I would like to double down on Kanan's joke and say, "Tu bolon raha hai." Never mind.
No, go for it. Go finish the joke.
Yeah.
Finish the joke.
"Tu kya bolon raha hai?" That's all. Okay. I think Kanan is taking too much leve because he's a comedian. Thank you. Okay, so ये company 125 years of history of racing, starting with the first horseless carriage competition. That means it's that old. 125 years from now, under 25. Okay, Mercedes, but one.
That is correct. It is Mercedes. 10.2.
Hey, you on the board?
It is Mercedes. 10.
I'm on the board. Sorry, wait, Kumar, can I do it again? You pieces of shit. You guys don't even know the answer. The answer is Mercedes, you dumbasses.
Yes, it is Mercedes. And now I go to Saurav for the next question. Daylight saving is the practice of advancing clocks during warmer months so that darkness falls later each day according to the clock. Benjamin Franklin published a letter in the journal de Paris during his time as an American envoy to France, suggesting that Parisians economize on candles by rising earlier to use morning sunlight. This is considered to be one of the earliest proposals to implement daylight savings. To promote the adoption of his suggestion, he wrote a line which is used even today to advise children. Okay, what did Benjamin Franklin write?
Oh man. Oh, come on. I'm waiting to.
In the 1700s, you could make like big suggestions to like an entire city,
Yeah.
which is something that's gone out of fashion. No newspaper articles like my advice for Bangalore. तुम सब लोग wake up at 7:30.
Okay, Saurav?
Man, it's gonna sound stupid, but just have to take a guess. Is this the origin of?
Sorry.
No. It's just gonna sound stupid. I don't know. The early bird catches the worm. Is that the origin?
So he said the early bird can. No, going to Rohan.
Oh, Abish, so deflated. You wrong, buddy.
Yeah, totally. That's not what I wrote.
Don't burn the midnight oil.
No, not the midnight oil panda. Going to Kanan.
Is it early to bed, early to rise, makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise?
Yeah, full 10 points.
Oh man, that was my second guess.
It started. It said early to bed, early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, which is still an advice given to children. 10 points there.
God damn you, Ben Franklin.
So next direct will be to Abish. Abish, I'm discussing something here. Let's see what we are talking about. They, and we have not told what, they are believed to have originated in the Tian Shan mountain ranges in Central Asia, already being cultivated by gardeners in the Ottoman Empire for decades. Although it's not known exactly who first brought it to northwestern Europe, the most widely accepted story is that it was a guy called Ogier Gisland de Bushbeck, who was Emperor Ferdinand I's ambassador to Suleiman the Magnificent, who had seen it growing in the palace gardens of the Suleiman. Essentially, there is an ambassador of an emperor who went to Ottoman Empire at Suleiman the Magnificent. He saw something in its palace garden, and apparently, and we are not sure, but most probably he brought it to northwestern Europe. That's what this para says. At this time, a Flemish botanist by the name of Carolus Clusius was made the director of the Hortus Botanicus in Leiden. So there's a place called Leiden where there is a garden, so to speak, called Hortus Botanicus, where there was a botanist, and he during his time there, his friend, now the ambassador was his friend, decided to send him a few for his garden in Leiden. Okay, this supposedly this entire sequence of events is the start of the dash mania in this country. So we're looking at something that grows, and we're looking at a country. Okay, now in today's world, this country is the world's largest commercial producer of this entity, with around 2 to 3 billion exported each year. What is being discussed here? So I want two things from you. I mean, what is this the origin story of? So you need to tell me the entity which was spotted in the palace gardens in the Ottoman Empire, and the country essentially.
Cool, man.
Is it Beatles? Beatlemania?
Nice.
Thank you. That's just for one. That's just for you, man. That's not for
That's
points.
it.
Some things I only do for the heart.
Before I go to
Yeah.
the answer, I would like to get rid of two jokes that I want. Is it Soleimani Chai or is it WrestleMania? Now I'm back to what I need to do. Thank you very much, which is
I want to give you two wrestlers for
share
your
more
pardon.
people have wrong answers. And the country's most commercial producer of this entity, around 2.3 billion exported this year. I have another joke answer. Joke answer is the answer is Taz. Answer.
Sorry, what's the joke?
Which was the
What was the start of the Tasmania. Never mind. Next,
Tasmania. Nice.
now-
Tasmania.
Thank you.
No, guys, don't encourage this. Draw a line somewhere,
That's fair.
guys.
That's fair.
Come on.
fair.
How will he learn? How will he learn?
That's fair.
Got it. Pass.
Tasmania. That's what you want to. Okay, going to
Tasmania.
Saurav.
It's past mania in the quiz.
Sorry, Saurav.
Tulips.
Tulips. Okay, and the country.
Oh, I did not expect you to ask me one more. Okay. Egypt.
No. Okay. Going to Rohan only for the country because
It's the Netherlands.
it's the Netherlands. Yeah.
It's the Netherlands. It's tulips in the Netherlands.
Yeah. How did tulips come to the Netherlands? That's how the entire story was. Tulips is correct. Netherlands is correct. So 5 each to Saurav and Rohan.
See,
Rohan
this
gets
is,
5 for Netherlands and Saurav gets 5 for tulips.
How did you get tulip?
I wrote rose and tulip, so I just guessed.
Oh, okay.
There's no logic. That's right. Also, this is the point where you will be like cheating, not cheating. Look into my thing. There's no Google. Just to kaise mila.
No. I'm not guessing. Even last time around when I was playing, I'm very intrigued.
Saurabh, no
Mind
one
map.
thought you were cheating.
Yeah, really, man.
No. That's why I said YouTube commenters. That's a
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
that will come anyway. Chill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be like, इसको cheating करना भी नहीं आता.
It's just a random guess. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Saurav and Rohan both split points on this, which means the next direct will be to Kanan. Kanan, something began in 1972. Originally held live in cities across the country, it later became a radio show, and in June 1992, a television show. It achieved its peak popularity during the 90s and was also frequented by A-list celebrities of that era, including legends like Zakir Hussain, Lata Mangeshkar, Sachin Tendulkar, among many others. It moved to Pogo in the
What?
Pogo in later 2000s and went off air within one season. Couple of years later, it returned on Colors. Okay, after changing 4 TV channels, finally moved out of TV and moved to YouTube, where it encourages the audience to be involved using its app or an application built into the YouTube video. Okay, talking about something started in 72. First, it was live, then became a radio show, then became a TV show in 1992. Pretty popular in the 90s. Then, so there were 2 channels that it moved to because total there are 4 channels, right? Pogo, Colors, and 2 channels in the earlier before Pogo. Moved to Pogo in later 2000s, then went off air in one season. Couple of years later, returned on Colors, but then finally the TV journey was over. From moved to YouTube, and now there is an app as well. And yeah, those are the clues. What are we talking about?
Pingu? Is it Pingu?
Pingu? No. Abish?
I'm joking. I can't have been Pingu. Bingo is an animated show.
Yeah, okay.
KV.
So joke at least don't be so thoda to.
KV,
And then why don't you wear
delivering
your
the joke.
shades while cracking the joke so that we know?
Because Pogo
If I
mein-
wore the shades, then it would be the answer.
Okay, sorry.
No, no. Please just give me 1 second. Holy shit! I can't believe you thought I thought it was bingo.
We all thought it was bingo. We all thought you said bingo.
No, 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 I'm sorry. Okay, take your time.
Guys, no. Have you not watched Bingo? This is really concerning.
You've seen
You've seen Bingo, right?
Bingo
Yeah.
in the last.
Right. Okay.
But also,
good.
I don't know
I'm
how many
just
drinks
checking.
you've had.
I'm just checking.
Manvi was talking about Bingo for coffin books.
Dude, I have no idea. Saregama.
Sarika, Sarigama, no, going to Abish.
I have a few options, so I'm going to say all of them are joke options. When you get the right one, tell me. You said Saregama, which was on my list. I'm going to strike that out nicely. It encourages the audience to be involved using its app or an application built into the YouTube video. It's the damn it. Okay. Bonvita quiz contest.
Beautiful crack. It is born with
Nice.
What? Insane! Insane!
Bonvita quiz
This one
contest.
do the.
That's
Come back
wonderful.
in 1972, first held live
Wow.
radio show.
Oh my god!
Nice.
Wow!
Wow.
22, really popular. Then went to Sony. Then went to Pogo. Then went to Hockey. Then
Superb answer, Matthew.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
I'm surprised. You know what I was thinking?
Correct.
Yeah, Bonvita said
Bonvita quiz contest is correct. 10 points to Abhi Matthew. Super. Okay.
Take it.
The next direct will be to Saurav Mehta. This is the Longwood House. It is a mansion on a certain island and the final residence of some guy. Okay, it's the final resident of X. It was originally a farm belonging to the East India Company and afterwards given as a country residence to the deputy governor here. Following its resident's death, so I'm talking about the most famous resident of this place, it reverted to the East India Company and later to the Crown and was used for agricultural purposes. Presently, it is a museum maintained by a certain government. Essentially, we are talking about a place, a mansion, as you can see, which is on a certain island and was the final residence of a really famous guy. Okay. Originally, East India Company owned it. Okay. Afterwards, it was given as a country residence to the deputy governor of the island. And then when this guy died, the guy who was here after his death, it again came back to East India Company and like now it's used for agricultural purpose or whatever. This place is so important that a certain government maintains it as a museum. Okay. Who do you think was the final resident of this place called Longwood House in a certain island?
So wait, it was East India Company's as a deputy governor, after which it went to X, and now it's a museum.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it a museum of X?
It's a museum because the main reason it is a museum is because it is the final resident of X, you know.
Right.
Like that happens, right? When popular personalities, when they live somewhere or when they died somewhere, it's converted to your museum. You're that important to your nation's history. So a certain government maintains this place as a museum because this was where he lived last before he died.
Okay. Just taking a guess. Mountbatten.
Not Mountbatten. Rohan?
Is it Jinnah by any chance?
No, not Jinnah. Kanan?
Churchill.
No, not Churchill. Abish?
Lord Havelock.
No, not Havelock Island. Okay, we'll start again with Saurav. Make it a 5-point question. The hint I want to give you guys is France. The certain government in the last line is France, the French government. Okay. We'll start whenever Saurav is ready. Mansion on a certain island and the final resident of X. After his death, came back to the crown. Presently a museum maintained by French government.
Okay, I'm just gonna take a guess. Is it that Charles de Gaulle? Charles?
No, not CDG. Going to Rohan.
This should have been my first guess. It's Napoleon, isn't it?
It's Napoleon, yes.
It's Napoleon.
But Napoleon is before EIC.
Sorry?
It should have been my
But
first guess.
Napoleon
Not my
predates
first
the East
guess.
India Company.
No, so it was originally a farm belonging to the East India Company. Sorry, I didn't get you.
But Napoleon predates the East India Company.
No, it's
No,
not. No.
no.
East India Company is like during like whatever, Akbar and all, 1600 is when East India Company was.
Oh shit! I don't know why. I also thought Napoleon, but I was like, how Napoleon?
You're looking at East India
Napoleon.
comedy. It's a completely different.
Yeah, that's why I got confused with East India comedy. That's the main problem.
I
Yeah.
thought I'll sound so stupid if I say Napoleon. Like honestly, like not that I knew it for sure, but I'm just saying.
No need to focus on like in retrospect, like just an island, final place, and
Yeah, no, which is Napoleon, but like because you gave all this in East India stuff.
Okay, sorry, my bad. Okay, it is Napoleon Bonaparte who died on Saint Helena Island, and that was his final resting place.
He died somewhere on Indian borders.
No, because he lost to Britain,
Oh,
He
okay,
lost
like that. Oh,
and
nice.
Britain then exiled him to an
This is
island.
on what? Saint Elba.
Saint Helena.
Saint Helena.
Saint Helena.
Guys, I have a question about this painting. इसका shutter speed बहुत high होगा ना to capture it like so many wind and no blur is happening.
I like how even the
What
horse
I
is
want to
looking
know
at
is
the painting.
what I want to know is how they managed to get the horse to stand still for so long.
I love it. He's just like, yeah. Horse is like,
No, the horse is even like its eyes is like, hey, someone's painting us, guys.
yeah.
Rohan,
Dude, this-
Rohan gets 5 points for Napoleon Bonaparte. The next direct will be to Kanan. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, timber cutter is one of the most dangerous jobs in America, with an annual fatality rate of 111 per 100,000 workers, or roughly 1.12%. But technically, X is a more dangerous job. In 232 years, the overall annual fatality rate is close to 3.5%. Which job are we talking about?
I know this and I can't remember it. It's so fucking irritating. Is it taxi driver?
Not taxi driver. Abish?
lumberjack.
Not lumberjack. Saurav?
It's one of those YouTube videos that come in the night, right? And you're like, I should pay.
Yes.
Like I know the answer.
Best
I
description.
know it. I know it.
One of those YouTube videos that come
Yeah.
like, "Arey,
Yeah.
And you're
That's
like,
a great
oh.
description of the
Yeah.
question.
7 crazy abandoned buildings
Yeah,
you've never heard of.
exactly.
Like, okay.
And I'm like,
These videos that come in the night.
I've seen this. And I cannot.
8 biggest recorded waves in the world.
Oh man.
I think I know.
True
that.
meaning of pyramids.
I think I might know now.
Okay, Saurav passes. We go to Rohan.
It is the President of the United States.
That is correct. 10 points to
It is
Rohan. The President of the
President-
United States. 232 years is also a hint. That's when presidency starts.
Yep.
And US President is probably the most dangerous job in the US, basis the annual fatality rate. Okay, the next question and the last question of the quiz goes to Kanan. Kanan, the structural integrity of this landmark has become threatened due to a ubiquitous habit of Indians. Okay. While this structure, which was completed in 1943, has survived the weight of massive human load, officials fear that it might not survive this habit of Indians. The base of the structure has reduced to half of its original thickness due to the highly corrosive nature of flaked lime involved in this habit, raising concerns over its possible collapse. What is the structure and what Indian habit are we talking about?
I actually considered writing a letter to Kolkata about it, but I think it's spitting pan on Howrah Bridge.
Beautiful answer.
Yes, it is.
Kanan.
Woo!
It is the spitting pan on the.
Dedicated to Saurav Mehta.
Kanan, I want to,
I'm
Kanan,
sorry,
I want to
I'd like to
high five
put
you.
this
I want to
in
high five you as a person with glasses because I know the effort that it takes to put the sunglasses on, put the glasses, actual glasses back on again. There's the commitment to this, the physicality of this bit. I have to say, what you've achieved within the confines of this Zoom box.
That's what I try. I try to elevate the medium every chance I get.
You really have.
I just want to leave the space the same.
Like all I
As I
want to
came.
say is that this is not some gallery view material. It's some speaker view shit. Like
Exactly.
That's-
Highlight this video.
That's what I'm talking about.
Pin this. That's right.
Okay, cool. Time to take a look at the score. Abish didn't have anything in the first round, but got two superb answers in the second round, which are Mercedes and Bonvita quiz contest. So Abish
Very
ended
cool.
with on 20. Saurav had 15, and the consistent guy that he is, he got Takeshi Castle, 10 points there, and 5 for Tulip, so 15 in the second half as well. Saurav ends on 30 points. Now we go to Kanan. Kanan had 21 in the first round, and then he got spitting pan at Howrah Bridge and early to bed, early to rise. 20 in the second half as well, so Kanan ends on 41. Rohan had 37. Second half, he got rain, which is 10 points. He got 5 for Netherlands. He also got 5 for Napoleon, and then he got 10 for President of the United States. So 20, which means he ends up on 57. Okay.
57? 60? Sorry, yeah. Naval?
57.
I feel like you missed Caligula or something.
Sorry,
67?
67, my bad.
67. Huh.
67.
I feel like mine was about 70. But you know what? I'll let Rohan have this.
I feel like you have given me
Your
too many
generosity is
scores.
known
You
in all
might
the
want to
lands.
take some away from mine because I feel like I got 20 was too much.
Oh man. But okay, this is the time where I thank Abish, Saurav, and Kanan. Thank you so much, all three of you. Abish, especially this is your first time, and I hope you had fun with all of us. Okay.
Bye, guys.
Bye. See you
Bye.
soon, Matthew. Thanks, KV. Thanks, Saurabh.
You
Thanks,
know.
Kanan.
Bye, guys.